it looking today, honey?
Well, sit rep is there's been a change of plan. We were supposed to leave Cagliari today for the 24-hour passage down to Tunisia, but there's been a change of wind overnight, which means that if we were to leave today, it's going to be on the nose all the way down until tomorrow morning. So rather than do that, we'll leave the marina today, go and find an anchorage around here and wait for the window. So have a quick look here. This is the perfect wind for us because it means that we're going to have the wind. So we're going from here to here and we're going to have the perfect wind coming off our beam.
How are you feeling? You feeling a little bit frustrated? I am.
Yeah, well, we've been stuck in here for 9 days now and the weather's just been terrible weather for sailing. So
and anchoring.
So we're a bit frustrated. Spending money on marinas when you should be out there is quite annoying.
We ended up spending just one night at anchor at a place called Villa Semius, beautiful place, and then the next morning we were off.
Right. So that's the life raft. Just in case, have it on deck, all ready to go in case of an emergency. Hopefully we will never have to use it, but it's good having it there because it gives you a certain element of security, I suppose. And we're now just waiting for Ula to get up her anchor and off we'll go. It's midday.
How long is it going to take us to get across?
24 hours, so we're in for a 24-hour sail here, and I have to say we're a little bit nervous, and going in a flotilla makes it so much easier. It's an extra 4 eyes looking out for anything that might go wrong. It's going to be quite a tricky passage because we're going across a very busy shipping lane between the Suez Canal and Gibraltar. Direct line is just off the Tunisian coast, so hopefully tomorrow morning when it's light we will be going across that TSS, it's called a traffic separation system, and we'll have to have all our senses on high alert. Okay, let's get the Jenny out then, yeah?
Speedy Gonzalez in a hurry to get to Africa.
Very keen to get going.
Alright, let's do it. The aim is to get 5 knots, yeah?
Yeah.
One or the other. If we need a bit
So
of
I'll bring Dan to this side, okay?
Yeah.
So we've got both sails up, we're only getting 4 knots. So we decided to start the passage doing 2 hours on, 2 hours off at the helm.
Not making huge progress at this point in time. The winds are not as predicted, not unusual for this part of the world. We were meant to be getting an easterly pretty much across our beam here, but no, it's actually on the nose.
Much of the time you're on the boat, you are doing stuff and there's always somebody watching what's going on. But for the other person, it can get quite boring. So we have books to read, got the crossword to do, obviously, and just enjoying the experience.
There's Ula over there, our sailing buddies. I think they've got their fishing line out.
Ula had just as much luck fishing as what we had, so challenge was on. See who can catch the first fish. Here you go, Dale. What do you think? Here we go.
We're not going to put our new lure on it.
Yeah, I've got to get it. I just want to get the rod first. Stand by. Dad had taught me to fish when I was a kid, so I knew what I was doing. How the hell do you put that on?
You'll figure it out, darling. We'd heard that the squid-like lures were the best ones to have if for trawling for tuna.
Do you know what you're doing there?
It's fishing.
I was so looking forward to some sushi or even seared tuna.
Seared anything. Here, little fishies. SV Ula. So it's SV Boomerang. The game is on. We have our rod out the back, just over a boat length, and we'll see who catches a little fish first.
Probably a bit more than a boat length needed, but about 2 boat lengths over.
And you have had a lot of luck doing that, over?
No, not whatsoever.
For the first time on this passage, we've got both sails out and the engine is turned off. We've got about 12 knots of wind. It's coming off our starboard beam here, and we're going about 6 knots, which is good progress.
Fly, Boomerang, fly! The fishing rod has not earned its keep.
Yeah.
It's coming in.
Epic fail on the fishing rod front, so yeah, it's going back into the storeroom.
We didn't do so well, did we, love?
We? Just a small detail that Kelly forgot to do with the fishing rod. Squidward was out, but he didn't have a hook in him.
I was fly fishing. God damn it. It was an oversight.
To be fair, Ula didn't catch anything either.
Moving on.
We've got about another maybe half hour of sunlight, and then it's going to be dark for a good 7 hours. Pitch black out here, I'm guessing. Not feeling as nervous as we normally do in our night sails because, well, we've got company, we've got Ula with us. That makes us both feel a bit better. Sea state's not too bad. We've just got the one sail up, we've got our jib up, and I think that's probably the way she'll be set for the rest of the night, and hopefully will get us across the TSS in good time. So we're 12 hours into the journey. I'm on watch, and we've just come into Tunisian waters, so around about halfway there, which is great news. It's getting a lot darker out here because the moon is going down already, so not that easy to see. We're not even getting a phosphorescent trail tonight. Normally you'll get a bit of a trail behind the boat that looks like fairy lights, but not tonight. Just got a few fishing boats around we're keeping an eye on, but other than that, pretty quiet night. But yes, we're nearing Africa, slowly but surely. Good morning. Well, we've managed to make it through the night without incident. Jonathan's over there having a bit of a snooze, and we're approaching the TSS just off the coast of Tunisia. It's the where all the big shipping containers pass through, so we want to get across that as quickly as possible. The sun's about to come up. Yes, very happy that we had a non-eventful evening.
It was actually a pretty uneventful night sail until you came on watch.
What? That... I shouldn't swear, but that's bloody close.
Yeah, a little bit close to all of it, hey? It's probably about, what, 200 metres, but it feels a lot closer. Where are you going, Dale? What are you doing? Jesus, man. That's the third time you've done that.
It's all good.
It's not all good.
I would say that our night sail was a success.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We like night sailing now.
There are many things that are fantastic about sailing at night in the open sea. Firstly, you can see myriad of stars, the Milky Way. Fantastically humbling to think that you're such a small speck in the universe. The other good thing is that when you're at open sea, you don't really see too many lobster pots. However, now that we're through the night sail, we're approaching the Tunisian coastline, and as a result we're starting to pick up quite a lot of fishing traffic, and where there's fishing traffic generally you're going to see lobster pots. So we have an eagle eye out just to make sure that we don't go over these fishermen's livelihood.
Well, I'm back on watch. It's around 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see the African coastline. I had about 2 hours sleep, broken sleep, but it's better than nothing on these night passages. I'm actually feeling pretty sparky. I've had a shower, had a little bit of breakfast, and ready for the day ahead. But, now Jonathan's gone off to see if he can get a little bit of a kip as well, because it's going to be a long day. We've got to go through customs, and well, we don't really know how long that's going to take, but we're not expected to get into this marina until around 4:30. So yes, long day ahead, best to get the rest when you can.
Well, I would have got some rest if I hadn't been woken up by a wailing banshee. I thought we were sinking, but no, it was Kelly. She'd spotted some dolphins.
I love dolphins!
Hi, girls.
Oh, dolphinos, here they come. Come on, girls, over here.
So excited right now. We've got dolphins around the boats. We haven't seen dolphins pretty much for most of the season, and these are big girls and boys. Oh, they just make you feel so happy when you see them.
Oh, you never get tired of seeing them, do you?
Oh, so happy.
It was such a wonderful sight. Less so you and your high pants.
My high pants are absolutely magnificent.
What is he like with those high pants on? You are such a boat.
Over there on the horizon is Africa. How are you going there with the flag, doll?
Well, as Mama used to say, Kelly's nuts are like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
How are you feeling about sailing into Africa, honey?
Oh, I'm absolutely rapt about it. I mean, how many people get to do this? You know, lots of people sail around the Med, and this is part of the Med, but it's Africa. The water looks beautiful. It's a totally different culture. We're just going to experience it now, which is really part of the adventure, isn't it? It's to meet different people, meet different ways of life by boat, rather than just coming in on an airplane, having your 2 weeks holiday, and then out you go. We're coming in here, and we're going to have to go through customs for the boat. We're going to have to go through all the electrics on the boat. We've drunk all the booze, so that's not a problem. And just to see how the country works. How fantastic, huh?
I hadn't been to Tunisia before, so I was a little bit nervous about observing the local customs. So I made sure I was well covered up, which actually didn't seem to be the issue. What I should have been covering up was the fact that I'd been a journalist.
Oh dear, someone's in trouble.
Well, that didn't go as smoothly as I would have hoped. Just spent the best part of an hour with the immigration authorities here. They had a little bit of a concern that I worked as a journalist for CNN, and also there was a couple of visas in my passport, an Iranian one actually, which they had to make a few phone calls about. So anyway, they're letting me stay, which is very good news. But yes, that's the first step in this long process. We've now got to wait for customs to come on board, and then we have to register. But yeah, thank goodness that I'm allowed to stay.
Well, we're actually more nervous about customs because you have this dilemma of backsheesh. You know, backsheesh is a backhander. It's either,
bribe.
Can either be cash or generally it's some alcohol. So do you offer them the backsheesh and then end up in jail for the next 25 years like something out of Midnight Express, or do you not offer it and then I don't know, insult the customs of backsheesh, which is a day-to-day thing.
Yeah.
Fortunately in Gamarth it was absolutely taboo.
They weren't having any of it.
Not a thing, not even some peach juice that we offered them, which was good. So we've now got a £5 bottle of scotch.
We haven't been able to offload.
Which we haven't been able to offload anywhere. So we've just had customs on board. Very nice chaps. We have a big list of electrics, alcohol, etc., what's on the boat. And the funny thing is, the thing that they really didn't like was the drone. They spotted the drone in the back bedroom, and they were just, oh, no, you can't have this, and they confiscated it. So they've got it in the office now, and we will only be able to pick it up once we leave. But clearly the fact that there's a journalist on board, there's a drone, I think we're going to be under very strong surveillance over the next couple of days.
So we lost the drone, which was far from ideal, but Tunisia was amazing apart from that. It's where the Carthaginians hail from. These are the guys that pretty much conquered Europe quite some time ago, before the Romans came along.
Our old friends, the Romans, were there, obviously.
Yeah, they were in Tunisia as well, yeah.
Only 2,000 years before our friends from Monty Python. The birthplace of Hannibal, and more importantly, the place where a lot of the scenes out of Life of Brian were made. One of the very famous lines in it, what did the Romans ever do for us? Aqueducts. Here is an aqueduct that the Romans built. And you can see it, it ran 60 kilometers from the mountains and was underneath in 15 very large tanks. So when somebody ever asks you what did the Romans do for us, we now know the answer.
But then there was another village that was just like Greece.
Here we are in Sidi Bissau, which is right beside Carthage. Interesting fun fact about Sidi Bissau is that every building in it is pretty much white and blue. So as you can see behind me, white and blue, and it's the same everywhere. You would not want to have the contract for the red paint delivery.
Then the main drag of Tunis is distinctly French. Does this remind you of anywhere? It looks incredibly French, and the reason is that, well, this was a French colony, and that the culture, the French culture, is very much still a part of Tunisia today.
Our first taste of Arabic culture was the taxi journey into Tunis.
And the Medina.
Oh, and the Medina.
To pick ourselves up a guide. I think he's the engineer at the marina and he just happened to spot us, and now he's taking us through the Medina. How friendly.
Just happened to see us. An engineer from the marina.
That's what he said.
No, this is like the Arabic equivalent of the Stasi. I think you were under surveillance because of our journalistic background.
Maybe.
Oh, hello my friends. I've just seen you and I'm an engineer from the marina. How likely do you think that is?
Madam, that's my house. My house, 5 brothers, 4 sisters, 9. My father, my mother, 11. 14. The big boss for my house, my grandmother, 99.
Apparently there's a carpet festival on here this weekend, and a lot of the carpet's coming in from China. After 2 weeks they make your skin itch. So we're going to the proper government carpet shop to buy a magic carpet.
In 1956, confirmation of the South government store. I have 3 different styles, the carpet. And the color and design all in memory, not have catalog, all by hand.
A carpet. Just what we need on a boat.
I have nice view upstairs, you can look old Medina. Before this house, the king palace before. Here you can look the king bed. In our king before sleep meet for wife. I have Fatima hand brings luck.
No problem, the 4 wife. The big problem, the 4 mother-in-law.
And the visit is free, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, please, this way, please.
Free, we like free.
Nothing's for free.
Nope. So once we'd seen the carpet shop and had said, I'm sorry, we're on a boat, we don't need a 12 by 15 yards carpet. He said, I know, I'll take you to my mum's shop, who coincidentally, and I think this is the real reason why we were being asked.
Actually, just stand by on that. It was his father's shop, and so it cuts to...
Do you think he's going to be watching? It doesn't matter whether it's mother, father, brother.
And if you and I sit there together, we'll have good luck.
Well, we need it.
That's what I try.